Hey everyone, welcome to Keaton Canucks. I'm so excited to share this with you. This is my Canucks Draft special video series. I'm going to be doing a ton of draft content. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe so you don't miss any of it. Maybe there's some that's already been pumped out that you need to go back to and check out. But I've got a ton of videos prepared and it's going to be great. So as Canuck fans, we are very excited about the draft because we're terrible. We're the worst team in the NHL at the moment, but we need to remind ourselves that rebuilds take a lot of work to get out of the cellar, and it's going to be a number of year process. We know that some rebuilds are as short as 3 years and some are as long as 8 to 12 years. We hope that we don't have to do that. Okay, the Canuck fans, we have one goal in mind at this stage. Losing equals winning. Made a video on that before, right? We want to come last place because our number one goal is to win the draft lottery. And the best percentages and odds are there in that lottery. So I'm going to post the odds right now. So as you can see, first place or last place equals first, losing equals winning is 25.5%. And if you come second to last, then it's a 13.5% rate. And I want to make sure, and third is 11.5%. So as you can see, it drops significantly. And so if you get last place, the worst you can get is third place in the draft. That's as far as you can drop. Other teams can come up higher, but as the last place team, the worst you can come is third. Knowing the Canucks' luck, we'll probably come third. But I'm hoping we win the draft lottery for the very first time. Thanks again for watching. My name is RevTrev, and here's my Canucks draft video. This video is definitely on Keaton Verhoeff, and we're going to talk about him and the defensemen that are available in this first round. But it's also really about the third pick overall. And if you think about it, when people think about this team, if we come dead last, as you saw the numbers and the stats, then the worst we can get is third place. And if you're doing the tankathon, which a lot of us are doing, and I'll bring it up here, most people, as including me, have been landing the third overall pick, not first, not second. So as you can see here, I'll just, I'm going to it's reset, okay? And I'm going to simulate it, and whoever we get, right? So right now, see, I just did it one time, and as you can see right here, we're talking about St. Louis jumps up 4, Calgary jumps up 2, so Stenberg and McKenna are absolutely gone. Did it one time. I only do it once on my live streams, my post-game shows, whatever videos I'm doing, because that's what it's like in the NHL is you get one shot. And just like Eminem told us, right, you get one shot. So here we are, and we got Stenberg. We didn't get number one, okay? So I'm going to take the top 10 picks here. Actually, let me go top 15, 16. Let's do top 20 just for fun, okay? And we'll keep this in here, and I'll keep it so you can see it, okay? Now, just so you know, it's about that third pick overall, right? It's about that third pick. And who are we going to draft? If we're not drafting, what's his name? What did I put this under? Draft content. NHL draft content. That's where I put it. Okay. So if we're not drafting Stenberg or McKenna, and that's who we really need, this is what it ended up being. So we're picking number 3. Okay. Now, is he the third pick? Is he the guy that you want? And as you can tell, just by the stats alone, where he's at, you know, like he's got something. But I want to dive deeper. Is Keaton Verhoeff a no-brainer third overall pick? Some people have had him higher as a second overall pick. Some people have him lower, and we're going to dive into that. Okay, so I brought this up. I made this little graphic to kind of help us out. So as you can see, Canadian-born defenseman. He's a right-handed shot defenseman, 17 years old. Fun fact about Keaton Verhoeff is he played goaltender until 11 years old and switched over. And then people are like, well, excuse me. Because of that, my cough is still here. Because of that, he's not going to be a great hockey, but it doesn't matter, guys. He's around the game. He's playing the game. He's understanding where defensemen need to go, where forwards need to go. He's in the locker room. He's with the coaches. And I don't know what it was. Was he a bad goaltender? Was there another kid on his team that was better? Did he not get picked on the rep team as a goaltender and said, you know what, I want to switch out? I don't know what the reasoning is. But as you can see, he's turned into an absolutely incredible defenseman, everyone. Like just a phenomenal guy, walking into this draft with a lot of skill sets, played on Team Canada, as you can see right here, now plays for North Dakota, okay? The University of North Dakota, okay? He's only 17 years old, which means most likely he's going back to the University of North Dakota for next year. He's not going to play with the NHL team. He's going to play another season with the World Juniors for the World Juniors for Team Canada. And the question is, do the Canucks want a guy like this to develop? And now we know that this rebuild is not going to be a one-year rebuild, right? We know that. And as you see, we get the third overall pick. And they suggest that the Canucks are going to take Verhoeff over Chase, over Smits, over Carrolls, over these defensemen, right? That's what they're saying. So Rudolph, all these guys. And we'll talk about all those guys in just a second. But as you can see now let's just bring this back down. Remove this for a second. But his size, 6'4", 212 as a 17-year-old. I mean, you got to think he's going to probably grow a little bit more than that. He's going to fill out for sure more. Apparently, he is a workout guru, or at least has a great physique, and it's a real strong 212 pounds. And as you can see, in University of North Dakota, he's played 31 games, had 6 goals, 14 assists, and 20 points. And you might say, well, that's not very good. I think that's pretty good. And he's a 17-year-old playing at this level. This is what's crazy. He's got tons of offensive upside, tons of skills, tons of size. But there are critics about Keaton Verhoeff that if you start searching, you're going to start finding they do not like his skating ability. They think that they are unsure if he's going to be a number one pairing defenseman. You know what I mean? Is he going to be that guy? But those right-handed shot defensemen are so stinking valuable. It's centers and right-handed shot defensemen are the most difficult guys to find. So it makes sense why he's there, but there's a humongous argument that's saying that Verhoeff might not be the best defenseman available. And there's a lot of people, including elite prospects. So I put their elite rank right there. Number 2. They have number 2. He's not the number 1 on their board. Some people don't have him as the number 1 guy, which is definitely concerning. And so the question is, what do you do with that? So would you go and I think Keaton Verhoeff is going to have a decent NHL career, but is he going to be the guy? Is he going to be the number? If we're drafting him and it's like he's just going to be a top 4 defenseman, I don't think you draft him. I think you either draft a different defenseman or you draft a player of a different position, maybe a center, maybe another winger. But let's just talk about the defenseman right now, because we're going to do it. I'm doing another video coming up about if we trade back. Okay. But if we take this pick and say we're sold on defense. Okay. Let's look at the defensemen that are in this draft. Now I know this is a lot of information, but just stick with me. So you got Verhoeff, 6'4", 212, Canadian boy. Jim Rutherford said he wants Canadian kids. I don't know, but you got Elvin as your GM. So maybe he wants Swedish players. There's one Swedish player there. The number one guy on eliteprospects.com, their rank is Chase Reid. He's a right-handed shot defenseman. He's 18, which means he'll have a better chance of playing this next season coming up. 6'2", 187. As you can see, not as tall, not as heavy, but can skate. And he was not highly regarded. He has risen up the rankings. It's insane how much his stock has risen. 42 games with the Sioux Greyhounds, 18 goals, 29 assists, 47 points, a point-a-game guy in the CHL. Now, as you can see, like, look at McKenna's numbers. When he started, he struggled to play in the NCAA. It's a different kind of league. There is still good speed. There's certain divisions that are more physical and all those kind of things. Now you're starting to see him lighten it up. Verhoff being 17, I still don't think those are really great numbers. But then you see a guy like Chase, and you can't just look at those numbers and say, hey, listen, he's clearly above. But people are saying the eye test, it's Chase over Reid. So would you take Chase Reid over Verhoff is what I meant to say. Would you take Chase Reid over Verhoff? If Chase Reid is going to be the better NHLer, heck yeah, you better be taking him, but you won't, right? Because I don't know. But Carson Carroll's left-handed shot defenseman, 17 again, another 17-year-old, 6'2", 194, Canadian kid, 52 games in the dub for the Prince George Cougars. By the way, I got to message my buddy about this guy. Apparently, he's dynamic. 18 goals, 63 points. Guys, we're talking the same league, the CHL, and look at, he's got better numbers than Chase Reid does. Then there's Ryan Lynn in our backyard with right-handed shot defenseman, 17, only 5'11", 176. So that size part is probably why he's not in the top. But Canadian kid who plays for the Vancouver Giants, and you can see it right there. 46 games, 13 goals, 42 assists, 55 points. This guy is dynamic. And Elite Prospects has him as the number 6 defenseman coming off the board. And then Xavier Villeneuve, and again, 18, so a little bit older, 5'11", 157 pounds. Apparently, a lot of people love the way he plays. He reminds people of, was it Lane Hudson or someone like that? Super skilled. As you can see, he plays for the Armada, and he's ranked as the number 4 defenseman, even though he doesn't have the size, the skill, but he's got the speed, he's got the hands, he's got the deking ability. If you just go watch some of these guys' games and their highlights, you're shocked how good these kids are already at this age. And that's why they're getting drafted so high. There's Albert Smits. He's a left-handed shot defenseman from Latvia, 6'3", 18-year-old who is 205 pounds. And, you know, the numbers don't look good at this moment. 38 games, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. But they have him as the 5th highest defenseman. You know, I mean, this is what we're talking about here. And then there's Gustafsson, 17-year-old left-handed shot defenseman, 6'4", 201 pounds, Swedish gem, 19 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points, number 7 coming off of there. And then there's Daxon Rudolph, right-handed shot defenseman, 18, 6'2", 203, Canadian, 61 games, 26 goals, 42 assists, 68 points, and he's the number 8. Like, there's so many options. And so I'm going to do a video if we trade back, okay? Because maybe, just maybe, we don't go and get Keaton Verhoeff. Maybe that's the guy's like, you know what? It's going to take him a little while to develop, and if we're going to do that instead, what we'll do is we'll trade back, and maybe we'll get it. We'll get something. So we'll see. So I'll do a quick video on that as well. Stay tuned. Hit the like and subscribe so you can see all these videos. But this is just interesting stuff, and this is where the arguments start to happen, right? And in our last video, I talked about, you know, whether is it Stenberg or McKenna, right? Well, this one is it Chase Reid or is it Keaton Verhoeff? And a lot of people are like, you have to pick the Canadian. You don't have to pick the Canadian. Just pick the player who's going to have the better NHL career. Both of them are right-handed shot defensemen. Both of them are excellent. Like, that is the question. So if the Canucks go in a different direction and don't go after Verhoeff and go after Reid, it's still a win. But people get sucked into, like, this is the guy I want. So it's like, if we don't get McKenna, I'm mad. Okay. Well, if you get Stenberg, you should be happy. You know? But if you got Chase Reid at 3, I think you should be happy. This kid's going to be good. Now, the problem is we've had some problems with some of the with Quinn Hughes being an American player, wants to play in America. Yeah, and you know what? There's only how many Canadian teams, so I get it. A Canadian kid playing in a Canadian market, there is some value in that as well, right? Now, just for where he grew up and all that kind of stuff, I don't think he's a Canucks fan. I think he's from Alberta. So he's either a Flames or a Oilers fan, or maybe his parents are like diehard Leaf fans or Habs fans. Who knows, right? But or maybe he grew up just watching Carlson and loves the San Jose Sharks. Who knows? Maybe he's a Crosby kid. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. It would be interesting to hear. So I don't think this Verhoeff situation, even though I think it's a good player, I don't think it's a surefire. No doubt about it. You got to pick him there. In fact, I wouldn't be opposed if they take him, great. If they don't and take Chase Reid, I'm okay with that too. Maybe they go with Carl's. That's okay too. You know, I mean, this is where it gets crazy. But there's a lot of stud third overall picks. I'm talking about Draisaitl was a third overall pick, everyone. Like, that is absolutely nuts and insane. So, yeah, this is where we're at. So we're going to do another video after this on if we trade back or if we just go in a totally different direction and pick a different position at excuse me, at number 3. Maybe we go center. Maybe there's another winger that they want because we know we need offensive upside there as well. But if someone really wants Verhoeff, maybe trading back would be the better solution, and you still might get the guy you want. What do you think? What do you think? Post it in the comments. Sorry, this cough is not helping me today. Post in the comments what you think the Canucks should do. If you were the Vancouver Canucks, got third place, what would you do? Would you if you're sitting there and McKenna and Stenberg and McKenna go off the board, who do you pick at 3? Some people are saying I would go Caleb Malhotra. Some people would say I go Tyler Lawrence. You know what I mean? Or some people are going to say Chase Reid. You tell me. Post it in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. I hope this video helped. I know I made it way more complicated, but the draft is not a perfect science, okay? It's not, you don't know how people are going to handle tough situations. You don't know all the things. There are draft busts, and you do not want to draft one when you've tanked so much. You've just really struggled. You need to hit on this one, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, you got to hit. So in order for us to rebuild, this is, guys, Verhoeff, does Stenberg drop to 3 and we get him? That would be thrilled about that. McKenna's not dropping to 3, in my opinion. I think he's going to be either 1 or 2, and then we're good there. I don't know. You tell me. The Canucks got a whole different guy off the board that they want to grab. Maybe they do. I don't know. It's gonna be a little scary. Let's be honest. Okay. So post in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, hit the like and subscribe. And reminder, I'm everywhere: YouTube, X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky. So check me out there. Have a great day. And of course, always go Canucks go. Believe in blue. We've got this tank for a reason. We're going to go get I hope we land a stud. Have a great day.